Hello, this is Jim Kaufman from Rankin Technical College. This video is about the Chapter 5 hands-on test. I'll share some tips to help you earn the most points on this assignment and provide a brief overview of the three exercises. So the first thing I kind of really want to do is whenever you come in here for these hands-on tests, obviously you want to read this first section here before you read anything about the first exercise. But read this first section, right? And then after you do that, go ahead and come down here to the bottom or find the grading section. The grading section might be in a different place, could be to the top or the bottom, but find the grading section and make sure that you read through this thoroughly before you start the exercises, especially like each one, right? So it says for exercise 1, it has the requirements for exercise 2 and exercise 3. So, just make sure that you read through this thoroughly. I would read through it before you start an exercise and then after you get done with it. Just make sure that you covered everything. Just kind of helps to maximize the points. And also, ensure that, you don't miss out on the easy ones. So like the first two here for these three exercises is all projects are located in one solution. That's 10 points. So this hands-on test is a 100-point test. So by not doing that, you're losing your 10 points right away. Okay, and this one's actually giving 5 points just for the solution being placed in the requested location. Right. So, but then please continue to read through all the other items on the different exercises and make sure that after you finish it, that you read through them again. So here, it basically tells you to place your solution inside the hands-on test, Chapter 5 folder, right? It says all three projects are under one solution, right? Okay, so let's go through each of these exercises just very briefly. The first one is pretty basic. We've already done this a couple different times in the class. We did the kilometers to miles, miles to kilometers, and I also did a feet to meters program. So you should be good with this. I don't see anything here that would be difficult for you. And if you've been able to do the other hands-on tests and labs, you should be fine with this first exercise. The second one here. So here we're doing some of the features and concepts in Chapter 5. We're doing if statements in this situation, and so we're doing conditional if statements, and we're going to be using the double and, right, to check multiple expressions, right? So here you've got a grade is greater than 0 is an A. Here, the way this reads actually is the grade greater than 2 or less than or equal to 3. So this right here is basically, let me cut and paste this over here because it's just stated a little differently there, maybe confusing some others. So this down here, this line here, is the same as saying is the grade greater than 2 and the grade is less than or equal to 3. Okay? So keep that in mind, and that's the same for all of these here, right? These other two as well, you write it the same way. So basically you're doing like an if statement, right? If this, you put it in parentheses. So if that, right? So hope that helps you on that. And then down here on this third exercise. So while you're reading through this, you got to look at things that point out that kind of point to how you should be doing it, right? So obviously you've got a length and a width. So the length times the width is the square footage, right? So basically here it's stating, well, the season is for 20 weeks. The fee for the lot is 600 square feet or more is $50 per week. right? So this is saying if 600, right, or more. So this could be is square foot greater than or equal to or more, right? Greater to or equal to 600, then it's going to be $50 a week. If square foot is 400 or greater, right? Or less than, X actually say is square foot 400 greater than or equal to 400, but less than 600, right? It's 35 per week. If the lot is under 400 square feet, then it's going to be $25. So, not too difficult here. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let me know if you have any problems. I really can't on hands-on tests. I can't help you with the coding of it, but if you have any questions about the instructions of that, I can help you with that. So the last thing I want to go ahead and do here is I want to go ahead and create the solution, go over how to create a solution. I know I did this, I believe, yesterday, but I just want to go ahead and do this again just to show everybody. Just, make sure that's, it's worth 10 points, and you might as well, you need to grab those points while you can. Okay, so here we're going to be doing all three of these exercises are WinForms app, right? Now I have yours might be easier just to grab because I have multiple different templates and stuff. So, I tend to put this in there, but you just want to make sure you choose the WinForms C#, click next. Then here you want to do exercise 1, right? And then make sure that you go to your repository. Make sure you go to your repository and go to hands-on test, chapter 5, right? And then all you just go down at the bottom here, select folder. And then so that's you chapter 5, that's the name of it. Your solution, you could change that to something different since you're going to have multiple exercises in a solution. So we could do something like this, chapter 05, and call it hot for hands-on test. So chapter 5 hot, click next. You want to choose the .NET 8.0, hit create. Okay, and then it's going to come up like this. And then so your next thing you'll want to do on here, so here's you've already got your exercise 1. The next one you want to go ahead and do is you want to highlight your solution up here on the right hand side in the Solution Explorer. Right click it, click Add, New Project. And then also we want to do another WinForms app, right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to select the WinForms apps, make sure it's a C# WinForms app. Click Next. Here, then you can just do exercise 2, just like that. Hit Next, hit Create, and there's your second one. Okay. Then from there, highlight solution again, right click it, add a new project. Want to do another WinForms app. Click Next, and here do exercise, we're doing 3. Exercise 3, click Next, hit .NET 8.0, create, and so there's all 3. So this is in one solution now, all right? And let's go look at the directory structure for this real quick. So you can see hands-on test under chapter 5. There you go. You got the chapter 5 hot, and then you've got all 3 of your exercises right under there. Okay, and there's your solution. All right. Now, just a couple other quick pointers here that might be beneficial to you. So your forms are always going to be by default form 1 here, like form 1. One of the challenges of that is that if you've got multiple things open, it's actually a good idea to close things as much as possible when you're not using it. But sometimes you will have, for some reason or another, you have multiple things open. So, what you can do is actually kind of rename things. So like right here, you can click on this, right, and rename this. So this one here is EX1, right? So I'm going to do EX1. And then it's going to ask you to all references, hit yes on that. So now you've got it like that. So now you've got this. So then when you open these up here, you'll see you've got EX1 instead of just Form 1. Because when you have multiple, you'll have multiple Form 1s all over and get a little confusing, right? And then, just go here, do the same thing with this one. You can click on that and do EX2. Hit enter. Click yes. And then go to EX3. Click on your form. Do EX3. Hit enter. Hit yes. There you go. Now, another thing you're doing, especially you're doing multiple things, whenever you got the little asterisk up here, it means things aren't saved. You can go up here, do File, Save All, right? Quick and easy way to make sure you're saving everything. So now I can close all of these. And so when you open these up, they're going to be the right thing. And then over here, you've got that's another thing is whenever you run your programs, you need to make sure you select the right one. By default, it's always going to be the first one in the list. So, this one will execute that one. If you want to execute the second one, you're going to have to choose it from the list, right? And then here's the third one. Okay. Just some pointers on that. But, like I said, the important thing here for the hands-on test, make sure you get all those solutions, get that solution for, one solution for all 3 exercises and make sure it's in the right directory. Okay. So that's all I have. I just wanted to kind of give you a few little pointers on the hands-on test. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.